Hey everyone, my name is Simiya and welcome to this stretch and flow practice. Today's practice is going to be about 30 minutes long and I do have some props with me. I've got a strap. If you have a strap, you're welcome to grab one. If not, you can also take a towel or scarf along with you. And then I have some blocks here as well, so you could use blocks or some thick books. And I've got these props nearby just in case I need them. We may not end up using them, but I always think it's a great idea to have props. So whenever you're ready, let's start our practice today in child's pose. So as we come into this child's pose, we'll take some time to connect with our breath and just settle into our physical body before we begin to move. And you can come into a wide leg child's pose. The big toes can touch, knees can come out wide. And as you begin to melt your heart forward, arms come out long and you can relax your forehead down towards your mat. And we'll spend the next few moments here just coming onto the mat, into the physical body. Noticing the sensations that you feel in the body. Noticing what it feels like to be here on your mat. Taking this time to connect with your breath. Taking some deep inhales and exhales through the nose. And this is my dog Rosie that has decided to join us, guys. Sorry. We'll just take the next few moments here to continue to settle into this space. Let's take 2 more breaths here, Rosie. Ow. Hold on, guys. Let me get rid of this dog so we can continue. There we go. Hold on. Rosie. Hey, babe, can you get Rosie? There we go. All right, sorry about that. Sorry, guys. We're having a dog. All right, yoga at home. I'm so sorry about that. I thought she was in her crate. All right, let's get back to this child's pose. So as we come onto the mat, hopefully you're still there in child's pose. Arms are stretched out. We'll take a few more breaths here. Just taking this time to settle back into the breath, back into the body. Few more deep breaths in and out here. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And then find an open mouth exhale. And let's do that 2 more times. Inhale. Open mouth exhale. Once more, inhale. And open mouth exhale. Well, as you're ready, you're going to stay in child's pose, but use your inhale, rise onto the tips of your fingers. Take your exhale, walk your hands over to your right as we come into a side stretch. So if you want a little bit more here, you could take your left hand on top of your right. You allow your forehead to relax down. And breathe into the left side of the body. Take 3 more breaths here. Great. Inhale, come back up onto the tips of the fingers. Exhale, walk all the way over to the left this time. Same thing on this side. So you can keep the hands side by side, or for a little bit more, take the right hand on top of the left. Pause here, settle in, and breathe. One more breath here. Great. Take an inhale, rise onto the tips of your fingers. Exhale, come all the way back through center. And this time we're going to rise up into a tabletop pose. From this tabletop pose, Step your right foot out wide to the right side. So I'm pressing into all four corners of my right foot and my wrists are underneath my shoulders. And let's move through a few rounds of cat-cow. So as you're ready, inhale, lift your heart, lift your gaze. Exhale, round your spine, look towards your belly button, and let's keep going like this. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Just keep pressing through your left knee. Keep pressing through all four corners of your right foot. Few more rounds here. Great, come back through to a neutral spine. And then as you're ready, rise up. So here you can take your left hand to your hip if you'd like, and then you can sweep your right hand to your hip, sweep your left arm up, and then exhale, lean over to your right. Pause here for a full breath. Inhale. Exhale, we're gonna come all the way back down to that tabletop pose, back to hands and knees. And then let's switch sides. So take your left foot out wide this time. Press into all four corners of your left foot. And let's move through a few rounds of cat-cow. First, checking in that your wrists are underneath your shoulders. Full inhale, lift the heart, the hips, the gaze. Exhale, round the spine. As you keep going, the breath can guide the movement. And keep pressing into the mat with all four corners of your left foot. And then press into the mat with your right knee as well. Just keep going like this a couple more rounds. Let's do two more. One more. Come all the way back through neutral tabletop pose. Start to rise up. Take the left hand to the hip this time. Inhale. You can sweep the right arm up and exhale. Come over to your left. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. You can come back up. Exhale. Come onto your hands and your knees. Back to your tabletop pose. From tabletop pose, tuck the toes under and we'll keep the hips lifted. And just like we did in child's pose, start to melt your heart forward. Arms stretch out long, forehead rests down as we come into puppy pose. Take 3 full breaths here. One more deep breath. Inhale, come all the way back up into tabletop pose. Find your full exhale here. Here, the tops of the feet could be on the mat, or you could keep the toes tucked under if you'd like. Take an inhale and sweep right arm out to the side and up. And then as you exhale, come in to thread the needle. So you'll come down onto your right shoulder and your right cheek. The left hand can stay right here, or you can extend it out long on the mat, or feel free to wrap the left hand behind the back for 3 deep breaths. Inhale. As you exhale, you can start to take your left hand back underneath your left shoulder if it's not already there. And then begin to unwind, sweep right arm out to the side and up. Exhale, back to tabletop. And let's switch. Inhale, sweep your left arm out to the side and up. Exhale, thread the needle. So this time you're coming down onto your left cheek, left shoulder. Right hand can stay here. You can extend the right arm out long or feel free to wrap the right hand behind the back. 3 deep breaths here. Inhale. Exhale, take the right hand underneath the right shoulder once again. And then when you're ready, unwind. Inhale, sweep left arm out to the side and up. Exhale, come back to tabletop pose. Inhale, find a cow pose. Lift your hips, your heart, your gaze. Exhale, round your spine, cat pose. Inhale, come to tabletop. Exhale, let's step right foot up as we come into a low lunge. So here is a point where you may want to grab blocks if you have those. So we're going to keep the left knee down for now, and hands can stay pretty low. Hands can stay all the way on the ground or on your blocks on any setting that works best for you. Begin to sink in here to this lunge. Squeeze the thighs together towards the midline of the body. Lift your heart space. Glide your shoulder blades down your back. Take 2 more breaths here. Inhale. As you exhale, we're going to shift into a half split. So you'll begin to straighten your right leg, come onto your right heel. And the blocks can also help guide you here. So you can come up more like this, or you can extend over your right leg. Take 2 full breaths here. 1 more breath. All right, when you're ready, we're going to start to flow. So let's flow between that half split and low lunge. So inhale, come into your low lunge. Exhale, find a half split. Keep going at your pace with your breath. Inhale guides you forward. Exhale guides you back. Nice deep breaths in and out here. Do a little bit more on this side. Great. Take an inhale, come all the way back to low lunge. Plant your hands down on the ground or on your blocks. Tuck your left toes under, lift your left knee, and come into a runner's lunge. So you may need to adjust the blocks here if you have those. Let's pause here for 2 full breaths. Back leg is nice and strong. Inhale. Exhale, lower your left knee down, and let's switch sides. So I'm stepping my right knee down now, and then stepping the left foot up. So come back to this low lunge, and we'll sink in here and hold for 2 breaths. So remember that you have the option to keep your hands on the ground or take your hands to your blocks. 1 more breath here. Inhale. Now take your exhale, move into your half split variation on this side. So left leg is straight, coming onto the left heel. And you may notice that the left and right sides of the body are different. So flexing the toes towards you. Breathe here, 2 full breaths. Inhale, take your time, rise back up into your low lunge, and let's start to flow. Inhale here. Exhale, half split, keep going, move at your pace. A few more on this side. Let's take 1 more here. Great. Inhale, come into your low lunge, pause here. And then when you're ready, tuck your right toes, lift your right knee, come into your runner's lunge variation. So choose if your hands are low or your hands are supported by blocks for 2 more full breaths. Big inhale. Exhale, lower your right knee down. Let's switch back once again. So left knee comes down. Step your right foot up this time. And this time we're going to lift up with the hands. So once you feel stable in the feet and the legs, squeeze the thighs in towards each other. Inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead, and then exhale, bend your elbows, goal post your arms. So you're lifting your heart, lifting your gaze. Hold here this time, 3 full breaths. Inhale. This time, as we exhale, take your hands to the inside of your right foot. So let me turn towards you all. Hands are going to come to the inside of the right foot, and heel toe your right foot out towards the right edge of your mat as we come into lizard pose. So here, you can stay on your palms, Or maybe you come onto your forearms. You could use blocks if you'd like as well. Let's hold here, lizard pose, for 3 full breaths. Inhale, come up onto your palms if you're not there already. Exhale, let's switch. So step the left foot up this time. And then as you're ready, when you feel stable and strong in the feet and legs, rise up, sweep arms up. And then as you exhale, goalpost the arms. So bend your elbows, lift your heart, lift your gaze. 3 deep breaths here. Inhale. Exhale, hands come to the inside of the left foot as we come into lizard pose. So as you come into lizard pose, you can heel toe that left foot out towards the left edge. Same thing here, you may want to stay up on your palms or come down onto your forearms. Feel free to use a prop or 2 here. 2 more deep breaths here. Once more. Inhale, rise back up onto your palms if you're not already there. And exhale, come into tabletop pose. Inhale, come into cow pose, lift your hips, your heart, your gaze. Exhale, round your spine, come into cat pose. And this time with the spine rounded, press the hips back towards the heels, come into a child's pose. And breathe here. Okay, on your next inhale, rise forward into cow pose, lifting your hips, your heart, your gaze. Exhale, round your spine, press your hips back towards your heels, child's pose. And we're just going to keep moving like this. Inhale, come up into cow. Exhale, round the spine, press the hips back towards the heels. So you can extend the arms all the way out if you'd like, or just come back with the hips and just keep going as it feels best to you. Inhale, cow. Exhale, round spine, child's pose. Just keep moving like this, a couple more rounds. Let's do 1 more. practice. And let's take our time to close our practice with gratitude, offering up gratitude for any changes that we've made, no matter how big or how small. Offering up gratitude for all aspects of our physical body, our mind, our spirit, our breath. We give gratitude for this day, for this practice. We can bow forward to offer each other namaste. And I thank you all so much for coming to this virtual stretch and flow practice. And thank you for dealing with the yoga at home goose when my dog Rosie came in the video earlier. I hope that you all are doing well, and I hope this practice served you and allowed you to stretch and move in a way that felt good. Thank you so much.